welcome back to Storytime. Today we're going to be reading SNAPPSY the Alligator Did Not Ask to Be in This Book. If you have a copy, let's read it together. And click on the little blue butterfly if you don't want to miss out on any of my new stories. SNAPPSY the Alligator Did Not Ask to Be in This Book. Words by Julie Falatko. Pictures by Tim Miller. SNAPPSY the Alligator wasn't feeling like himself. His feet felt draggy. His skin felt baggy. His tail wouldn't swish this way and that. And, worst of all, his big jaw wouldn't snap. This is terrible. I'm just hungry. Why is this rude narrator trying to make it seem like I need a nap? So SNAPPSY went off in search of food. He walked along the edge of the pond. He scooted up the tall hill. He shimmied through the forest. You're an awful narrator. You're just describing what you see in the illustrations. SNAPPSY the big mean alligator kept looking for food. He liked to eat tiny, defenseless birds and soft, fuzzy bunnies. He prowled through the forest looking for victims when he came to It's just a store, a grocery store. It's where I buy my food. SNAPPSY looked hungrily at the other shoppers while loading his cart with pudding, peanut butter, pita bread, and popcorn. Yet SNAPPSY the alligator was particularly fond of a certain letter of the alphabet. I don't only eat food that starts with the letter P. You don't have to make it seem like I only buy storybook food. I'm also buying cheddar, apples, pretzels, pasta, pears. Aha! It's just a coincidence. SNAPPSY the big mean hungry alligator, who only liked food that started with the letter P, carried his groceries back through the forest, back down the hill, back around the pond until he got to a surprisingly lopsided shack. Oh, you really are cheesing me off. It's my house. I built it myself. I'll say. SNAPPSY the alligator took his groceries into his splinter-laden shed and slammed the door quite hard. He was inside. Still inside. What was he doing in there? Was he making crafty plans? Was he roasting innocent forest creatures that he already had stored in his freezer? Had he fallen asleep? I made a peanut butter sandwich and now I'm reading a book. Well, you have to come out. The story is really boring now. If you must know, I'm planning a party. SNAPPSY the alligator, trying to better his reputation with the other animals, decided to throw a party. SNAPPSY vacuumed the rug. He made goodie bags for all his guests. Wait, those aren't goodie bags. He's just taking out the garbage. SNAPPSY should really put out goodie bags for his guests. They love those. You know what? I didn't ask to be in this book. I was just having a normal day. And suddenly you were talking about what I was doing. So I'm throwing a party to make things more interesting. I hope you're happy. Now I just want you to buzz off. Thank you. Oh, go ahead, I can hear you breathing. Snapsy's party was shaping up to be quite a festive event. Colorful streamers hung from the ceiling. There were cubes of cheese in a bowl of punch. Some kind of danceable music was playing. Then Snapsy's friends started to arrive. They were laughing and dancing. They weren't hungry or thirsty. They looked like they were having a really good time. Yes, a fine time indeed. Oh, all right, you can come in. Oh, gosh, me? The humble narrator? Well, I don't know. Let me check my calendar. I suppose I could come for an hour or two. Someone has to demonstrate proper dance steps. All the important guests had finally arrived, and while Snapsy's sharp teeth were still glinting menacingly, he was actually a lovely host. Does anyone want pudding? Aha! Because pudding is really good. And we all ate pudding and did the chicken dance. We were really looking forward to Snapsy throwing parties like this every week. Hey! I must admit I had a little bit of sympathy for poor old Snapsy. He did not want to be bothered. He did come around in the end, though, and I wonder if him and that chicken are friends. I bet they are. Well, I really enjoyed this very funny and clever book, and I hope you did too. I'll see you at our next story.